Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for MonsterArts, Mothra, and Battra. This is the Larvae set, and it's actually an exclusive. You cannot get this directly from a Japanese online store like AmiAmi or HLJ. Yeah, for some reason they like exclusives. So you gotta go through P-Bandai exclusive. But fortunately for us in the United States, Bluefin does bring this over. There's quite a bit of a market for Godzilla figures over here. And we can get it through that. Now I got this through Tatsu Hobby. Again, Bluefin is a distribution. You gotta go to your local hobby store or online web store, local here in the United States. And I even believe that even Amazon, you can get this set. So thanks to Tatsu Hobby, I got this one. And it's one of those that you just gotta pre-order. Sometimes it's a hit or miss for the exclusive. Sometimes they sell out, sometimes they stick around. Anyways, I'm very happy to get this one, and finally got the Larvae set. I really like Battra in particular. He just looks ferocious. And for Mothra, I actually like him more in the Imago state, and Imago is when they turn to the fully formed after the metamorphosis. Right on the side here, you got the black and white on the back here. Nice depiction. It does have some effect parts for Mothra. But what about Battra? Where's the lightning effects? On the side, get more lettering on top here. Really cool. And you get some stuff here on the bottom. Now, this is an exclusive. It's gonna cost you a little bit. I actually kind of forgot how much I paid for this. It's probably around $80. Was it 70? I can't quite remember. So it's around that price range, and typically that is your price range for MonsterArts. Expect paying about 70 to 100 bucks. They are expensive figures, but just the details and the engineering that went through making them is just amazing. Alright, let's take a look inside. Alright, so let's first look at Mothra. And I would thought that Mothra's larvae form is actually a lot smaller than this. It's actually quite big for what I thought it would be. Yeah, it's not too bad in terms of length. I'm just have a ruler right here. It's about 6.5 inches in length and about roughly 2 inches high. So that's quite a bit. And just the details, the paint app, you got that like chocolate. Just the details, it's just amazing. And you get that segment area there, and pretty much the wrinkles. It's very, very nice. It looks like a worm. And you got this beady eyes right there, and it's actually, it's kind of like a metallic blue, so it kind of illuminates a little bit. Going down, you get the suction cups, nice detail, and I really like this detail. If someone has to, someone to animate this, it's gonna work really well. Now the little tendrils here on the top part, or part of his head, doesn't really move, and you probably don't need to. And let's see, for the mouth, again the spikes of the mouth here doesn't move, but I believe you can move the mouth here. You can open it wide, and I believe there's just a peg hole right there for the effect part. And I think that's about it. Not much to him. Maybe you can rotate it around from the joint. So it's really nice. In terms of joint, every single one seems to have a joint for the most part, which is great. Even on top part here. Effect parts. This comes with this has a little bit of flexibility to it, but it feels brittle. So be careful on this. You don't want to break this in half. It's not yeah, it's just because of the flat nature. And also, I believe you have this. This is a stand, and let's see what's it. It says there, 1992 Toho Pictures. That's from the Godzilla vs. Mothra movie. And you got Bandai 2014, made in China. Alright, and I believe this kind of helps Mothra stand up when it's gonna shoot his silkworm thingy. So this has a little bit of a connection there. Just gonna find that peg hole, like so. So it's kind of long, and actually, let's see, right there. And this then helps him shoot up. So move it a little bit side here, and there we go. So that's quite tall. It's nice. Am I going to display him on this? Probably not, since this might be I might knock over it and break it in half. So probably not. But yeah, but it's a nice effect. It's really nice. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for Mothra. And let's take a look at Battra. Now we got Battra. And this is basically where the money is. This is pretty much the bulk of what you're paying for. And it's huge. Now, in terms of measurements, I always like to take measurements. So this guy is roughly, likewise, about a foot. Just rough estimate. And stands about, the tip of his horn about 5 inches right here. It's quite big. It's quite sizable, probably bigger than Godzilla, you know, with the body mass. And just the details, look at that. Another great thing about SH MonsterArts is the texture. It's just not about the paint, it's just when you feel the figure, you can just feel the sculpt, the details that goes into it. You just feel the love and the artist building this. It's just amazing. So I really like this. You get all the joints, as expected from SH MonsterArts, and they're doing it pretty well now in terms of joints not popping as easily as they should. But then again, this has a big body as opposed to little tails. But yeah, nonetheless, nice. Then we get this end here, the tendrils. You can rotate a little bit. Now I can't remember from the movie if he actually shoots from here or it's just part of his tail. Now, pretty much all of this are segmented, and each segment has 4 legs. So it comes in 2. Although, so this one is singular. So on this part here, trying to denote this. So this 3 segments here are on a separate joint. Otherwise, it comes in pairs here. Then you get this big one which has articulation right here, as well as the toe part. I'm just gonna call it a toe. Yeah, this one doesn't have it. This one is part of the whole body here. Yeah, it's just amazing. Now moving up. Oh, that's very cool. Ooh, even this little guy here has a bit of movement. That's crazy. I think even this has movement. And the back of his head here has a little bit of has a little bit of give. So we can look up. But when you look down again, you have to just press it down. So that's really great. And there's not much of a gap. I mean, a little bit there, but for the most part, it's really nice. And let's see, you can open the mouth as well. Let's see right here. And inside, not much details. I don't see anything. There's no pegals or anything. Alright, and it's just the side of the mouth that opens up. Now the best part is this horn here. It's translucent yellow. Really nice. I really like the translucent piece, as well as the eyes. Now you have the compound eyes, and I did an awesome job on this. Let's take a closer look. Right, and I really like that detail on the compound eyes. It's kind of similar to some of the SIC Kamen Rider, and even on the Ultra Axe, although the last one didn't have that. But nonetheless, it's great. So again, the details, oh man, this is just amazing. And I'm really happy and very fortunate to have this in my collection. Again, if you're really if you really like monsters, kaijus, especially Godzilla, and just, you know, the love for the texture, you're gonna go with SH MonsterArts. Just really nice. And I think that's about it for Battra. I don't think there's any other special gimmick. No special effect parts. Again, you only get one for Mothra. But nonetheless, I think that's about it. You kind of wish that you can just roll it up as a ball. I think that'll be a little too much, but yeah. You even do side to side. And I think for the head, I think that's pretty much the limitation of the head. Alright, so that's that. Alright, we got a size comparison here. And it just looked amazing. And just that sheer mass of Battra compared to Godzilla is just great. You're getting a lot out of, you know, this figure alone, just the details. It's just so amazing. I really like it. Now, if you're trying to get the whole set, now you can get the Imago separately. But the Larvae, you gotta get it as a set. You're gonna be looking at roughly about or 250. I think in Amazon right now, here in the United States, you can get Mothra and Battra for 65 each, roughly around there, and the Larvae set for about 100. Now that is quite a bit of money, but again, it just really depends on how far you bring your or how far you are in your collecting. But again, I don't mind getting them, and it's a pleasure being able to get them since they're kind of like an art form. Just the detail that goes through creating Battra, even this, it's just amazing, and I'm really proud of owning them as a set. Alright, that's it for the review. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, this is just an amazing set. Highly recommend getting them. Now, I got mine from Tattoo Hobby. I'll put the link down below if you would like to pre-order future SH MonsterArts. They do take in a special request, and again, it will just help you out, especially if you live in the Bay Area. You can just do a local pickup, and I think that's the best way to go around it. Alright, that's it for the review. Yeah. So till then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.